Hello guys, my name is Ksenia, I'm a vocalist and vocal coach, and welcome back to my channel where I talk about healthy vocal technique. And today we are talking about Faouzia. Again, I know you love her. I love her voice as well. She's amazing, and I'm so happy that she has now her debut album Film Noir, and I reacted to Don't Ever Leave Me recently. It's a beautiful song and beautiful music video as always. But today I wanted to talk about Unethical because I feel like this is my most favorite song from her, and I have been listening to her and following her career for the past 5 years. I want to say since Tears of God. It's just a beautiful song, and yeah, from that time I just kind of dove into her repertoire and her songs and her voice, and it changed a lot through the years if you think about it, because when I was listening to her back then she was way darker, but now I feel like she adds even more texture and even more emotion and feelings into her voice. But I just want to talk about what makes her sound so unique and just amazing, and why we love her so much. Yeah, so let's do it. Oh my god, the piano is so beautiful.
Vertigo in your arms. 1 second you hate me, then it's false alarm. That's just what you always do every time. Watch me when I break and say it's paradise. Set my body aflame. Lock me up and close the door when it rains. Maybe it's my fault I put you up so high. Darling, I think you can make the devil cry. And I've been waiting for the sunset, waiting on a sorry, but you're never sorry, are you? No, you don't even care. How can you stand to watch while I'm breaking all my bones, trying to hold you close? Come on, right out my body, tearing off my skin just to let you in. Isn't it a bit unethical? Got me on my knees, have you any mercy every time you hurt me, baby? Tell me if I'm not giving you enough. If you ever love me, let me go.
We are going to go back. It was just beautiful, beautiful music video. I mean, all of the counts and the story behind it. Oh, and the lyrics and her voice. And she's doing so many amazing things there. And we're going to talk about it now.
Vertigo in your arms. 1 second you hate me, then it's false alarm. That's just what you always do every time. Watch me when I break and say it's paradise.
What makes her so unique is that she always has this flips between the chest voice and the head voice, and she's a little bit more lighter in the sound color on head voice, and she's way more fuller and darker on chest voice, which makes this difference even more noticeable. It just adds different colors. I love the piano in the beginning. It's really fragile and it's really sad also. But yeah, this switches from the chest, from the fuller sounding chest to the head voice is just beautiful. And also one of her things that she's doing all the time is this really fast kind of trembling vibrato, this vertigo in your arms. 1 second you hate me, then it's false alarm. It's really it's like she's trembling, and it adds not only emotion but also different texture to her voice. It's just beautiful.
Then it's false alarm. That's just what you always do every time. Watch me when I break and say it's paradise. Set my body aflame. Lock me up and close the door when it rains. Maybe it's my fault I put you up so high. Darling, I think you can make the devil cry.
sorry to stop here. But there's been a lot of things that she's been doing, but also we add more instruments now. We have this like chords that echo in there, and it adds another this like dark feeling to it. And it's just amazing production. I love the production on this one. I love how we can clearly hear her voice and how they blended all the instruments together. It's just beautiful. But again, talking about the switches between the chest to head, when she was singing, but you're never sorry, are you? No, you don't even care. How can you stand and watch? This tiny little ornamentation. Also, she's doing that all the time, and she has so much control when she's doing that. It's so precise. It's like she has a built-in auto-tune there, and people don't really believe that, but she really is sounding like this. You can just go and listen to her live performances, and she sounds exactly the same as in recordings. It's just beautiful. It's just amazing. And the amount of control and also this fast vibrato helping her to sing these ornamentations, because you need to have vibrato, and then on top of this like you add different notes there, and it's a lot of practice usually, but I feel like she's been doing that for ages, so for her it's just nothing. But it adds again different texture and different feeling to it, and different detail, which makes it all so beautiful and also vulnerable, because when we switch from chest to head, it adds this more intimate feeling to the vocals. It's just beautiful.
Breaking all my bones, trying to hold you close. Come on, right out my body. Tearing off my skin just to let you in. Isn't it a bit unethical? Got me on my knees, have you any mercy? Every time you hurt me, baby. Tell me if I'm not giving you enough. If you ever love me, let me go.
I just love that, and you can hear that her head voice on higher notes is really strong. She doesn't have this like really weak sounding falsetto. It's really strong because she removes the air from that. Because many people, when they think about falsetto, they say like this like "Ah." But if you remove the air, add the little holders, like you're trying to say something, and then trying to hold you close, and she's way louder when she's going down now. Come out of my body. Again, adding these ornamentations and then vibrato, and then switching to the head again, tearing off my skin, and then just to let you in to chest again. Isn't it a bit unethical? This jumps between the chest and head, it's really something that she's doing so perfectly, and it can be really hard to land on a specific note when you switch to the head voice, because a lot of people actually having trouble to just switch to the falsetto and have this like vocal break sound. But it's another thing, and it's another work to actually land on different notes when you switch to falsetto. So yeah, a lot of practicing goes into that, but when you are able to do this, it just sounds amazing.
Baby, tell me if I'm not giving you enough. If you ever love me, let me go.
And she has lots of twang also when she sings this na 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 na. It's really light and it's really sharp due to the twang, because you can sing with the falsetto or like with the head voice and have it weak sounding and airy, but if you remove the air again and add the twang, it's gonna make it louder. And then she lets go of that a little bit when she's going down in pitch to make it sound darker, because the difference is that when we have the more space in the vocal tract, the sound gets darker, and when we have less space, when the vocal tract is a bit more narrow, it gets lighter. So she's playing with the space in the vocal tract, with the twang, with the raised larynx and lower larynx on lower notes. It's just beautiful.
I don't know what it is. Got me wrapped around your cold fingertips.
A little air
Maybe
there.
it's my fault, I can't walk away. Maybe I just thought you'd feel a little shame. Oh, I've been waiting for the sunset, waiting on a sorry, but you're never sorry, are you? No, you don't even care. How can you stand a
Again, so many things to talk about, but again, she has this really intimate feeling when she's singing in the beginning of the second verse. It's a lot of air, it's really quiet, it's really vulnerable. She's switching to the head voice again, but this ornamentation in the end I wanted to talk about. And also, she's a little late when she's singing.
Maybe I just thought you'd feel a little shame. Oh, I've been waiting for the sunset, waiting on a sorry.
Yeah, right
but you're
here.
never sorry, are you?
She's a little late when she's singing, but you're never sorry, are you? So she's making it more legato, more connecting together, and she's a little late, which also adds another detail to that. Because when you just straight with the tempo, yes, it's beautiful, but it's more robotic sounding. So she adds a little bit more feel to it. Beautiful.
No, you don't even care. Can you stand a watch while I...
And again, this watch while I. All these ornamentations, it needs to have the vibrato underneath, and then on top of that vibrato, really fast one, you add the different notes. And it sounds also really full. There's a lot of control. I love it. I want to listen to it again.
Sorry, are you? No, you don't even care. Can you stand a watch while I'm breaking all my bones, trying to hold you close? Come on, right out my body.
And also, come on, my body. She doesn't sing my body, right? My body. She sings my body to make it more open and more dark. So you need to modify the vowels as well.
Off my skin, just to let you in. Isn't it a bit unethical? Got me on my knees. Have you any mercy every time you hurt me, baby? Tell me if I'm not giving you enough. If you ever love me, let me go.
I just love when she's doing that, when she's switching from the head voice to the chest voice. It has such a different sound character, which makes it sound really vibrant again. And she's just able to switch between, again, more darker, fuller, deeper sounding vocals in the chest voice, low notes, and then on higher notes she has this really light and really narrow, really sharp sounding falsetto or head voice. And combining those two, the jumping back and forth between one another, is just beautiful, and it creates such a deeper picture for us.
Let me go. I'll let you go. You let me go.
And even here when she sings, let me go, this is all chest, and then I'll let you go if you let me go. All of these switches, all of these different changes contrasting one another. Oh, it's such tiny details, but they add so much again.
And I've been waiting for the sunset, waiting on a sorry, but you're never sorry, are you? No, you don't even care. Can you stand a watch?
And I also love that she has a lot of inhales there, which makes the sound so emotional. You can feel that she's feeling it, and you can feel it also. But these breaths, they add also so much. It makes it really sad, and it's like she's even panicking. She's tired. There's so much into it. Oh, I want to listen to it again.
You let me go. And I've been waiting for the sunset, waiting on a sorry, but you're never sorry, are you? No, you don't even care. Can you stand a watch?
I really love that they didn't cut it, in the production, because there's so many inhales. This na 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 na, sorry, but you're never sorry, are you? No, you don't even care. How can you stand and watch? It's sound so emotional, and it's like she's scared, she's panicking, she's tired, she's sad, she doesn't know what to expect. It's all of it at once. It's just sometimes they cut the breaths, and I feel like the inhales and everything, they add so much to the meaning of the song. So I'm really happy that they didn't cut it in here, because it really needs it, and I love it. And we have also the strings and the bass. She goes to chest voice, not to head voice in the end of the chorus. And she's able to make it sound really dark when she's going to, where was it? Yeah, what's interesting is that when she's singing, "Got me on my knees," this is head voice, and then "Have you any mercy," this is more lighter, and then she's making it heavier when she's singing, "Every time you hurt me, baby," and then she's back to the head voice, the really light and sharp head voice again. And ending it with this "go," really fast vibrato again. Beautiful. And we end that with piano again and the violin, and there was some strings, beautiful dramatic sounding strings. I just loved it. Okay, I really love that song. I really love her voice, and I hope that you learned something new today. If you want me to react to more Faouzia, just drop it down in the comments, your favorite songs. I love all her songs. I feel like some of them more kind of Arabic influenced and some of them more pop sounding, but yeah, there are so many beautiful songs, and I really love her newest debut album. It's beautiful. If you haven't listened to that one, then go and support her. She's an independent artist now, so she needs our support. I really hope that you like this video. Tell me what you think about it in the comments. And yes, thank you for being here. I hope I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.